What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition. Well, the first edition. My guy Josiah Moseley is going to be first up on our new segment called "Who's Up," where we spotlight some players in Texas that are up right now. And Josiah, I mean, that's almost an understatement because you really up right now. Kind of talk about your summer and just kind of what worked well for you with all of the grassroots basketball with ASAC.
So I think I had a really productive summer, and I think it really all started out with the TABC. We had a really good schedule. We played Duncanville, Beaumont United, Plano East, Duncanville, and Beaumont are like returning state champs, state contenders too. So I knew when like I heard about it after work and stuff, and after the Duncanville game, the whole team actually played really good. I think that was one of our best games together. But it was really after that game that like I think Stony Point's name got out there, and like especially my name too. That's really the game that kind of set everything off.
Yeah, did you have a certain mindset going into TABC? Because it's fairly new to where you kind of have a few weeks with your high school. So a lot of
Yeah.
guys really don't have that, what it's going to be. Obviously, it's a live period. How did y'all prepare? Because obviously you saw who you're going to play, but just to get your mindset into, okay, I have to go from playing with ASAC to being my school's leader and just kind of making that switch. Kind of talk about that.
Well, yeah. So our coach, like we were practicing, like we would have like trainings and stuff before that for Stony Point, and like our coaches will never stop reminding us like who we play first in TABC. Like we knew like this was a game that was going to kind of like make Stony Point known. Like we knew this game was going to change everything if we played it like correctly, and I think that's exactly what we did. Like everybody stepped up to the challenge. Like more practices were intense, and our coach reminded us every day like no one's working like us, like no one wants to be in the position we are and stuff. So I think him like kind of expecting us to step up really made us step up.
Yeah, so I have Tim Littlefield here as well. And when him and I were kind of discussing who we wanted on here, he was like, Josiah Mosley's up, no question. So, Tim, why do we got Josiah on here right now?
He's been that guy, for some time now. And the thing about, for us, as we've talked, in the office and talked about a number of different things, he's just very, very businesslike, much like when he came on camera, tonight is answering the questions, dead on. And that's kind of how he approaches his business, from a business standpoint of just getting it done on the floor. And obviously it's shown in his play, it's shown in his workouts, and it's shown, in a big way from his recruitment, which I'm really, really interested in seeing. I'm hearing that you have a visit tomorrow. So, Josiah, where are we going tomorrow?
Tomorrow I visit to USC.
Okay. So that's a
Yeah.
big one there. So that's probably your first big one out right there. How you feeling about going out to California, and taking in the sights of California and seeing what they had to offer?
I feel really good. I don't know if you guys knew this, but me and my family are actually from California too. So it's always really good to go back there. So
What are some things that you're kind of looking forward to? Like, because I'm curious to see, like, what's on your list of things that you want out of a college?
um I feel like the main thing I want is kind of like I want to be able to trust the coaching staff and like players to help me develop and get me to the next level as soon as possible.
So,
So it's funny that you say that, playing for a former pro, Hall of
Yeah.
Fame type guy, and Tracy McGrady, a one-time legend. What type of information were you getting from him, being on the sideline with him, and what did you take from what he was saying and implement into your game?
I think the most important thing that I really took from him was to be consistent. Like as long as you're consistent, like you're going to like you're going to get to where you want to be. Like if you're going to have like one like let's say you have like a 20-point game, the one like 5-point game, then like it's going to be hard to kind of get evaluated because you're not consistent. Like they don't know that you're like a solid player that do what you're going to do like on an everyday basis. But if you're consistent, like they can see that like you can do what you're going to do.
And it's funny you talk about the consistency, because one of the things that I really like about your game is the fact of how efficient you are. So it's not necessarily, we use the word consistency, but we also talk about being efficient. And you've done that throughout your entire junior year, and obviously throughout the summer. what are you looking forward to help that consistency and that efficiency rate stay where it is? What are you looking at going into this upcoming season?
I mean, like, we have like I think this year we have a couple of like people that a lot of people don't know about. Like when this year, everybody that kind of really knows about Stony Point, they kind of know like we have Josiah, and I know like I'm not going to be like the main one kind of initiating the offense and everything, even though I will get like some of the most touches. I think finding them and helping them get their shots and everything will kind of be better for me this point, because like I said, a lot of teams know about me and everything. And so they're not really expecting them to come out and step up either. So
But even though teams have scouted you, they've seen you during the summertime, they've obviously seen you during the school season last year, but that never seems to bother you. Like I said earlier, in the first part of the segment, you're very businesslike, and so you kind of understand what's kind of coming at you. And obviously that has to deal with some coaching that, you get from Coach Antoine, those guys talking to you about situations that they're going to put you in, knowing what teams are going to try to do to you. So what is it mentally that you start to tell yourself that you're going to be able to do and then play off of that?
Well, first, like, I know like nobody really works. Like, I know no one like every day, no one's working like Stony Point High School. Like what we go through, like I feel like it's not fair for me and my teammates to, like, if we come out for a game, like the team was like triple teaming me, double teaming me, like I feel like it's not fair to them if I just kind of give up and not move around, not set off screens, and like not give them open opportunities and stuff. So I feel like I know that's what's going to be coming, and like some teams going to be doing that in this season. So I think our coach kind of reminds me of that too. Like I can't kind of be like, well, he calls it like blending. I can't kind of blend in. Like I have to move around like at all times. I have to like talk at all times. I have to like set everything up. I think that's what's going to like help me mentally.
My biggest thing was you definitely didn't blend in at TABC. TABC's the last 3 years has been used as a stepping stone for recruitment. And kind of talk about like after TABC, how your recruitment changed from there.
I mean, after TABC, it was a little crazy. That's kind of when everything started blowing up. Everything. A lot of coaches were calling my phone. I was getting like a lot of offers from schools like I didn't even really like. I've never like heard of before. So I think like after TABC, that was kind of really when like my recruitment like officially kind of started, because it was like really late. So I think now I'm just trying to like enjoy the process since I have like a late recruiting, like later than like most people's.
And then, as you go from TABC, you talk about consistency. Then you go to the NBA Top 100 camp, and like all of a sudden, your name trends even more higher. Was there some confidence that kind of moved over to the NBA Top 100 camp? Because it's not necessarily a team setting. It's every kid from themselves. But with a big time TABC, did you have more confidence going over there to be able to do what you're able to do?
Yeah. I feel like I had to be like a little more confident, a little more selfish at the camp, because I knew every kid was kind of like, they were kind of either like me or better than me. That's kind of really like how I saw it. So I feel like I had to be like a little more selfish and everything, like to get mines. Like a lot of kids don't really know me here because they're kind of big in their city, wherever they're from and stuff. So I feel like the NBA camp, you kind of have to have like a different mindset.
Gotcha. I love that. Tim?
At the end of the day, who is Josiah Moseley? If you are letting somebody know, like you said, you had to step into the top 100, and you had some guys that didn't know who you are, and you kind of went in with the selfish mentality. At the end of the day, if you had to tell somebody, or for that matter, show somebody who Josiah Moseley is, who is Josiah Moseley?
If someone asked me that, I'll probably say the best. Just kind of say if they ask me how I was, I'll say the best.
Love that.
I like it. So with that being said, what drives Josiah Moseley? Those are my two questions. What drives Josiah to have the chip on his shoulder that he plays with to make the significant jump you've made? And when I start talking about from an evaluator standpoint, we start talking about evaluating all the way back to your sophomore year to where you're at now and how you've evolved to one of the top players in the state. And so it's very, very good to see hard work pay off, but I'm interested in seeing or hearing what drives you.
I feel like the main thing that drives me is I know like all the work I put in, it will kind of be like kind of sad just for me to go into a game and just like not put everything I have all like out there, not leave everything I have on the court. Like me and my dad work out basically almost every day, and me and Coach Thompson work out every day. So I think them expecting me to do what I do on the court and the workouts, like I think them, my coaches, my parents, my teammates, it wouldn't be fair to me to just like come off of a game and be like I still have somewhere in my tank, like I didn't give everything I got. So I think those are the main people that really drive me.
Visits at what visits are you taking? You have SC tomorrow, and then what else do we have on the scale and the calendar?
I know I have Georgia Tech Labor Day weekend. I have UT September, the weekend of September 8th. And I have Villanova, Illinois. I have to check which dates those are on. I know I have those coming up soon too.
Awesome. Well, for this being our inaugural Who's Up episode, there's no honestly better dude to have than Josiah Moseley, because not only is he up from his recruitment, his game, his mindset, his confidence. I mean, he's up in our GASO 2024 rankings that will be dropping this week. So you'll see just how high Josiah Moseley is up as soon as we drop those things. So Josiah, we appreciate you being on, man, and best of luck this season.
Listen, thank you guys for having me.
I appreciate it.
Good luck now.